you reading there, Gemma?
I was reading the Caravan Club article.
Alright, what's it all about?
Becoming an Assistant Warden.
Becoming an Assistant Warden, excellent.
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
So, I thought maybe we should do a vlog about the processes that we've been going through.
Yeah, sounds like a brilliant idea.
And yeah, so we start off with our first thoughts when we were just chilling outside a caravan one sunny day before going to France.
Yeah, one sunny day back in the, must have been
ages ago.
2-3 years ago. We were sat there, we were watching a warden cutting the grass, and we thought, that's not a bad job, is it?
Discussed between us, like, you know, that would be quite a nice job to do, that we could be together and be outdoors, which we both love, and it would be a lot different, a completely different lifestyle change to what we do at the moment. So it was just an idea really, and the warden come walking by. Yeah,
come walking by as he did, and I'm one of these people that talks to people, and then I just talk and talk and talk. And yeah, we had a bit of a conversation.
He's very like passionate about what he does, and just said that him and his wife left their jobs, and they were both earning like, both in quite high jobs, earning quite good money, but now that even though they've taken that pay cut, they still haven't got as many outgoings, and they live a much more relaxed lifestyle. Just absolutely love what they do.
Very, very passionate about what they do, both of them.
So yeah, we went on holiday and kind of daydreamed a little bit about it, and then kind of got back to work, went back to normality, and then just, that was it really. Just went back, head straight into it, and forgot about it really, didn't we? So probably for a year or so, but every time we went to a site, it was always on our mind. Every time we went to a Caravan Club site, we'd always look at the wardens and just think, yeah, this could be, this looks like a good job for us to be in, but never really took it that much further. I think one of the things why was because we thought maybe we were be seen as being too young for the role. The preconceived idea of a warden often is somebody maybe who's semi-retired, slightly more mature, and we just thought that, are they going to be looking for someone who's a bit younger and kind of still looking for that career path? I was just sitting there one day and I went to Matt, I'm on the Caravan Club website and I'm just looking through like the job description, and I just went for it. I just filled in you have to do 2 applications, so I filled in mine, and then who filled in yours?
You did.
So yeah, so I filled in Matt's, and just basically you looked over it, didn't you? Made sure you agreed with everything I put, and I didn't put anything bad about you in there.
No.
And we just sent it.
We sent it off, and
I think that was about June time or something like that. And then we got an email.
An email back saying that it had been received and we'd passed the initial screening. We would be invited to an assessment centre later on that year. So we just waited and waited and waited, and then all of a sudden in October we had an email come through from the club. So we had an invitation to an assessment centre near to Crewe. We were off that week, however it just looked at it was a complete logistical nightmare, because we were meeting friends already, and we were down in the West Country, and we were having a week off of chilling out, and we just felt that it was going to be too much of a logistical nightmare to get to Crewe. So we said no, we wouldn't be able to make it, and should there become one more available in the south, we'd be definitely interested. Well, that came along, and in April we had an invitation to an assessment centre in June. It was a couple of days before we were due to go on holiday to Glastonbury. So we attended the assessment centre, and it was brilliant. We thoroughly enjoyed it. There's 4 parts of the assessment centre. So there's the team building exercise, where everybody takes part and you are to work as a team. Then there is the office exercise, where you are to do a little exercise on the computer. Then there is the role play, where you are to deal with a very, very, very angry customer. And
known as Caravan Han.
Known as Caravan Han, yes.
She's very angry.
Very angry. Caravan Han.
Don't get the wrong side of her.
No. And the final part is the interview stage.
Yeah, so that's the formal interview, and you're interviewed by a panel of 2 people.
Yeah.
And that was it really, wasn't it?
That was it, yeah.
Half a day. It was a half a day interview process. It's quite nice to meet other people, like-minded people who are going through the same kind of thoughts and kind of wanting to change their career as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So off we trundled home.
A bit kind of, I don't know.
Well, sort of like a little bit. Oh, have we made it? Haven't we made it?
It's hard.
Yeah, it's really, really.
You could have done this and we could have done that, but you always come away.
There we
from
go. There we go.
anything like that.
So yeah, we come away and we thought, oh, when were we here? When were we here?
Yeah, we were very excited.
Very excited. And 2 weeks later, we had that email, and that email was received
in the middle of
a field in Glastonbury.
That was so exciting.
And it was so exciting.
And what was also so special was the next day we actually had our hand fasting ceremony booked, so it's kind of like the icing on the cake. It was like a present from the Caravan Club.
It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
When we got the email, it said that we needed to do, the next stage would be work experience. And then we had to decide upon kind of the best site for us to do our work experience at. And
the local site that we chose is Black Horse Farm at Folkestone. One weekend in August, off we trundled down to Folkestone, and we got onto our pitch, and 9 o'clock came Saturday morning and we reported for duty.
We did. I was so scared, so scared. I think it's unexpected.
Yeah. Well, Mark and Gail Cooper, who are the wardens at Black Horse Farm, they couldn't have been nicer. Honestly, they are quite possibly one of the best warden couples that we've ever met, and without their help and their knowledge and their sort of like geeing up we wouldn't have been in a situation we are now.
We'd just like to really thank them for all their continued support that they've been giving us, and if any questions we have, we literally just throw everything at them, and they're always there to give us all the answers and just they're brilliant. I think it's quite nice as well because they're kind of in exactly the same boat as us. They were selling everything. They literally sold everything in their home. They sold up, bought a big motorhome, and literally just started afresh, following that same kind of path. We're selling everything. As you can see, we're sitting on our camping chairs in the lounge as everything around us is slowly disappearing. We've got one picture on the wall that's about to go soon. Yes. Yeah, so I think it's so nice that, you know, someone else has been through that process and they're just so supportive. Can ask for nicer work experience for wardens.
So during our work experience, we did various duties. We did toilet cleaning, bin emptying, checking people in, general maintenance, and also we did a walk the walk with the wardens when you walk around the site and just make sure everything's all tickety-boo.
So at the end of our work experience, we kind of went away from that knowing that the wardens then have to do like a little review on you, and that goes back to the Caravan Club, and that's like the second interview stage as such. So you need to pass your work experience to get through. So even though you passed the interview stage, you still haven't made it into the Caravan Club as assistant wardens until you got through your work experience stage. So then we came away from that knowing that, well, praying that we did okay, and then we had to just wait then until, I think it was was it a couple of weeks or something?
It was about 2 weeks, yeah, and then 2 weeks we had that later, we had that email, and both of us were...
It was a Friday.
It was a Friday, both of us were at work having those rough old days and what have you, and we got that email through saying that we'd made it, and we were just over the moon.
Yeah, just in shock.
Absolutely over the moon. I went off to Lidl's and go and bought a bottle of champagne, and we sat down and had a nice bottle of champagne when we got home.
Yeah, our heads were just all over the place because we were just in total shock, wasn't we?
Yeah.
We just couldn't focus on anything. We literally were like in this little world of our own. So then we got home, had a glass of champagne, toasted our success, and then Matt turned into a lobster.
Yeah, I have a strange reaction to some types of alcohols, and this was one of them, and you know, I went a little bit
so we'll always remember that.
So following on from the receiving that thumbs up of getting it, we decided that we thought we'd do a little bit of volunteering. So we went off down to Folkestone with Mark and Gail, and we learned some more bits and pieces of what we could do. The groundwork of how to dig out tree stumps, etc.
It gave us a good opportunity to learn the computer systems, didn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. So we're
quite confident
with that computer system now.
So hopefully we'll be able to go into the season this year with a little bit of knowledge and kind of that...
bit more confident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it was the waiting game.
The waiting game.
Longest
time.
waiting game.
So
we knew we got
in, we knew we got through, and we just wanted to know where and when we were going, and which led us to send various emails, made a few phone calls, and eventually around about the second week of December, where I was crazy busy at work, that phone call came in, and we were offered various club sites, and we decided to go for Littlehampton, which we're off to in March.
So with the waiting, in our original letter, it said that we'd hear, I think we got the letter in like September, and it said we'd hear our site allocation by the end of December. And this for me was like the biggest ever worry, because I've got 8 weeks notice, and if they wanted us to start, for instance, in February, I wanted to make sure I had enough time to give notice and have time to move out as well, because we weren't just coming back to our home, we needed to move everything out. So for me, I was in a bit of this blind panic, like please, when are we going to find out, because we've got so much to organise. And you know, we could also maybe, if we didn't get offered anything, then it was hard, because we're kind of in limbo, like do we start packing things down and just, you know, hope that we are going to get a site allocation. But it's not always guaranteed. You might have got through all the assessments, but then they might only have like a 3-month slot or something, which wouldn't be ideal for us, because we need, you know, as full-time can be, as we haven't got any pensions yet.
So we decided to hand our notices in.
I handed in my notice first.
Yep.
And gave 12 weeks notice, and then you did yours about a month later.
About a month later, and I've given them about 7 or 8 weeks notice.
Which is double
what my amount is. I just did it because I felt that they could have more time to find a suitable replacement.
Yeah, and we know we're going, so it's, you know, we know that we're leaving, so we might as well tell them and give them plenty of time to just get themselves organised. So people's reactions were quite varying. Some people think we're completely crazy and just think, why are you going to do that? Why would you do that? Other people are like over the moon. Some people, I think, just don't understand caravanning at all, and they think, oh, well, you're cold, and it's like they think it's not moved on with the times.
It's sort of like stuck in the 1940s, where you lived in a little tin box, and there was no heating, there was no bed, there was nothing. It was just a wraparound seating sort of thing with a little cooker. But people don't seem to understand that caravanning has evolved from prehistoric time to nowadays.
It's just been a whirlwind of different reactions, really. I think one of your colleagues, what was it they said to you?
She said, "You're going to go and live in a caravan?
You're mad." But hey, maybe we are.
Yeah, maybe we are.
So kind of our next part really is our induction training, which isn't long now. We're both looking forward to that.
Yeah, really looking forward to that.
Don't really know what to expect, do we?
Well, I think we can expect more training with regards to the computers. There's first aid training, and then also there's the Lantra training, which I'm particularly looking forward to, which is sit-on mowers and strimmers, etc. So that should be quite interesting.
Yeah, learning how to use all the machinery safely.
Yeah.
But if you're not safe, there's a first aider around.
Yeah.
Right, so Matt's now reading the article about becoming an assistant warden. So if you look on the link below, you'll be able to click on that, and that will direct you to the Caravan Club page, where you can find out more about becoming an assistant warden. If you are a Caravan Club member, you'll be able to pick up your February 2017 edition, and you can read that article yourself. But if you are not a Caravan Club member, well, first of all, you should be, and then if you're not, you can go to our Twitter page. There'll be the pinned post at the top at Wardens. If you've enjoyed our vlog today, please give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe to continue to follow our journey. Bye for now. Are you going to say goodbye then, Matt?
Bye.